Hey y'all, what is up? Happy to see y'all here in chat. All right, Fritzy's here, Ear Sports, Native, Machete, Coletti, Pooja in the house. What's good, which y'all need to tune into because Pooja is going to be our first ever FUSER guest sessions performer happening tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Pacific on what's that thing? The Diamond freaking stage, y'all. Welcome to the FUSER Headliner Spotlight Update. I am so pumped to be here talking with y'all. Hey, Dylan. Hey, Machete. Hey, Orange Knight. Banana Peaches. I saw you today. Coefficient, of course, up in the house. H-Bomb, another one of our awesome FUSER guest sessions creators. We've got everybody in here today. Morgan Brown? In the chat. Oh my god, that's so exciting. Welcome. What is going on, everybody? Oh my god, it's a full house. I've seen y'all repping not only here, not only in any of the other guest session streams going on, but on the FUSER Headliner Twitch channel, which is pretty incredible. I might be a little quiet. Linksy, you never need to ask me twice to be louder. I got you. But we have a Twitch channel specifically dedicated to the Diamond stage. Now, let me slow my roll a little bit because we obviously have like so many things going on right now that I want to tell you about. We're going to get into it. We've got some awesome guests on stream today who are our devs who actually worked on FUSER and the creation of the game, but also this specific update. We'll meet them in a second. In the meantime, y'all know I have a lot of news for you, so I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know that today, not only do we have an awesome stream, we're going to be doing some dope giveaways. So you're going to have a chance to win some FUSER shirts, hats, and some Amazon cards just for hanging out with us today on stream. So make sure you're here. We're going to be doing it throughout the entire stream, so you do not want to miss it. We've also, of course, got FUSER sessions happening next Thursday where you'll have a chance to actually play, see what people are creating with the new freedoms given to them through the Diamond stage and the Headliner Spotlight Update. We've also got incredible guest streamers. I see a bunch of them here in the chat. These people are incredible. I actually had a chance yesterday to sit down and give folks a first look at the Diamond stage and all the different goodness that goes along with it. And I'm telling you, I say this all the time, but the FUSER community is next level. Y'all are unreal. Y'all are so generous with your time and your talent, and that is so nice to work with, as you know. But it really is incredible, and it was so awesome seeing everybody together and just bringing so much energy and excitement for the FUSER update. So your guest streamers are incredible. Make sure you're tuning into them. If you head to the FUSER Twitter right now, anywhere really, follow us on all socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you're comfortable, we are there. So go ahead and check out the streamer schedule because we've got people bringing you some pretty awesome content all week. And not only are they streaming this week and killing it, but we're also going to be having a drops campaign on this channel right here, twitch.tv/FuserGame all weekend, as well as on the channels of those incredible content creators. So make sure throughout the weekend as folks are hopping in, hopefully spending some time on the Diamond stage, mixing it up wherever you want to be, co-op, freestyle, hang out, even just looking through the Diamond shop, a little shopping spree, you know how it is. Wherever you're spending your time, if you're going to watch some streamers on FUSER, make sure you connect your account because we're going to be doing drops campaign all weekend for some awesome items. And I'm very excited to announce that one of those drops items is actually going to be a song. So there's going to be a chance for you to earn music in FUSER by doing nothing other than listening to amazing music in FUSER, which I don't know, but if you ask me, is a pretty sweet deal. So make sure that you're tuned into the drops campaigns going on this weekend. It is going to be well worth your time. I also do see Nerdcore TTV over here. Nerdcore was our very first person to use the Diamond stage. He was in there promptly at noon. I'm actually very confused how you got a slot literally like 3 seconds after the update went live. Maybe you can let us know in chat like what finger stretches you were doing to get quick enough to actually make that happen. But it was very impressive and your set was awesome. I saw you out there with your dueling banjos in true Nerdcore TTV form. I don't think I could have found a better way to christen the Diamond stage with somebody from the community who does so much awesome work for us. So really shout out to Nerdcore. Check out his stream as well, Friday 7:30 a.m. And all throughout the week. And this is a charity weekend for him, so make sure you're tuned in and supporting Nerdcore TTV's awesome work. And yeah, man, drops, you know? All right, let's see. A couple of other things for you. Of course, we've got events going on in-game, and this week we even have a very special Flash event that you actually have a chance to earn some extra diamonds. So whether you want to perform on the diamond stage, whether you want to, you know, totally max out your avatar with new cosmetic items available to you in the diamond shop, or whether you just, you know, you want some more diamonds. Who doesn't like diamonds? I like diamonds. No matter what you want, you can actually earn some more of those by getting into, excuse me, by getting into the game and completing that Flash challenge event we've got going on this week. But as you know, we've got a new currency in game, Diamonds currency, and there's a ton of opportunities to earn that. I'm not gonna go into it too deep because we also have some people who can speak to this more eloquently than I can and are really hip to this kind of information because they're the people who made the freaking game, which is really exciting. I cannot wait to chat with them. I'm gonna bring them on in just a second. The last thing I'm gonna say, because I've already been talking too much, is that we also announced some dope DLC today that I feel like there's been so much news, so much new goodness going on that I forgot even today we announced new DLC, but how could I forget? Because sometimes I feel I've got to tell y'all about this banging DLC from Soft Cell because it is one of my favorite songs ever, and Tainted Love is coming to FUSER this week, as well as Days Go by Dirty Vegas, two incredible songs that I know y'all are going to want to add to your crate. They'll be ready for you to add to your crate on Thursday, but not only are we going to give you an opportunity to buy some dope music, every single person who wants it is getting the Faint Shadow loot pack for free, and there is nothing better than music for free 99. So make sure you go ahead, get in there, make sure it's in your crate. You are not going to want to miss it. So yeah, whew, this is crazy. There is so much going on. You already know there's plenty of new stuff to talk about. I don't want to be the only one talking about it. Oh, my bad. We did get Tainted Love yesterday. My brain is a little mushy from all the goodness. It's Hadaway this week, actually. What is love? Which, y'all, freaking what is love? I've been waiting for this. I know y'all are about to go stupid on this. Night at the Roxbury was one of my favorite movies growing up. So there's always a sweet spot in my heart for this. But you know, Kyle the Winner, my man, one of my favorite. If y'all don't know, by the way, this is just a side note, Kyle the Winner, new community manager over at Harmonix. Go ahead, show him some love, say hey, because he's awesome. You're going to be meeting him, seeing him around a lot more. And what better way to talk about it when there's all this goodness in the air with the update. Anyway, I know you are all so sick of my voice at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and bring on the people that we're going to be talking to. They are incredible. We've got people from different disciplines, different departments, but I will stop talking about them and start talking to them. Please give a very warm FUSER fam, FUSER Nation welcome to these three incredible people from Harmonix that are joining me on stream today. Hey y'all, how's it going? Oh, hey, you can all unmute now. Yeah. It's going good to see you. Oh my gosh. It is really nice spending time with these folks. Before we get into it, do want to take a moment to thank them for their time because as you can all imagine, these people are busy. They are putting in the work to make FUSER everything that it is and doing all different types of things as well, just as the incredible individual human beings they are. But they were kind enough to spend some time with us today talking to us about what's coming with the update. I know a lot of you already have it, but I'm sure some of you are anxiously awaiting. So let's get into it. Before we do that, I'm going to have them go ahead and introduce themselves. So Mary, let's go ahead and start with you. Hello, welcome. Hi.
Hi. So I'm Mary. I was the UI art lead on FUSER, and then for this update, I took over as art lead on FUSER, and so I'm real excited for all the art updates that we've done over this patch. It's been great.
Yeah, and it's not been few. It's a lot.
No, it's been a lot of things. We did a lot this time, yeah.
Yeah, you've been booked and busy for sure. I'm gonna let you talk about that in actually just a few moments. We're gonna take a look at the Diamond stage, and you had a huge hand in literally what we see, like how we're seeing it, how we're engaging with this mode. So we'll get into that in just a few moments. But before we do that, Arvin, my man, what's going on?
A lot of stuff is going on. I actually wrote a rap, so it's gonna be real weird.
Okay.
All right, you want to give me a quick beat? Quick beat.
All
right. Hi, my name is Arvin. It is 5:11.
Woo.
I'm out here with the FUSER fam. Bam. Time to go ham.
Y'all, did you hear this man go off in the chat, going ham with the FUSER fam? Y'all already know what it do. Arvin, what an intro, my God. I want y'all to know before Arvin's like, I don't know what I'm gonna talk about. I don't know. I'll just be there, whatever you need. This man comes through with bars straight out the gate. All right, well, Arvin DLC confirmed for FUSER, so be on the lookout for that.
Yo, real talk. I'm an engineer on FUSER. I worked on the diamond stage. I helped get people in the stage, help people, get out of the stage, but mainly they don't get out. They usually stay. So I wrote some stuff, some code that helps keep people in the stage forever, and the stage never ends, and so all of that stuff and more.
And more, absolutely. That's true. Not only have you been working on the Diamond Stage update, the Headliner Spotlight update that includes the Diamond Stage, but you've also been working on FUSER for quite some time. So you've seen this game really go from its sort of beginning stages to the game that we actually have in our hands with us today, yeah?
Oh, for sure. Since the beginning. And it's crazy to just imagine the transformation. It's like a flower. It starts out as a little bean, and then it buds up and grows into something glorious.
That's true. And this, I'm telling you, this community, they are really thoughtful and considerate gardeners because they stay tending this community, helping it grow into something that's really beautiful. I mean, it's funny. I think if you look at the coverage that came out today, I'm sure you were all tuned into some of the press that was going on about the update, trying to see what's going on. And a lot of it is kind of our love letter to the community that we made this game and tried to make it so you can be as creative as possible and, putting yourself out there and having basically a sandbox music game. What's that going to look like? But the level that this community took it to is unreal. I mean, the content y'all are able to create, the sounds, the music that is coming out of FUSER with, this toolbox that's available to you. It sounds like it could be straight out of Ableton. I know I say that all the time, but, this community really is so deserving of even more tools to make their signature sound and style come to fruition because it is so incredible to see it happen in real time. And both Mary and Arvin are people that helped that be possible, as well as our final guest that I'm excited to introduce, or kind of let you introduce yourselves. I know I said I would, but you're all amazing that I want to keep hyping you up as well. But we also have Ryan on stream with us, so why don't you tell us a little bit about you and what you're up to?
Hey, I'm Ryan McSweeney. I will not be rapping on stream, but that's okay. Maybe in the future. I am the character technical artist for FUSER, and I was also the motion capture supervisor, which included an acting role or two for some of the characters in game. I worked with character artists to get all those sweet costume parts into the game, as well as the animation team to make sure all these avatars and crowd members are moving realistically.
Yeah, so Ryan's also putting in that work, and we also have Ryan to thank a little bit for my favorite person, I think, in the gaming sphere, Danny Humbles, my man, one of my favorites. But, as you said, you also did some acting work, so I'm interested, Nerdcore, did you make my gator suit? All caps. I'm interested to see, let's not tell them, I wonder if folks can guess which character you maybe did a little acting for based on, because every once in a while I find myself moving and I'm like, that looks like a video game character. I'm like, oh right, I did that. I'm like, oh my god, that dance move was so cute. And I'm like, oh wait, that's my body. That's why I like that move. That's cool. So I'm dead. They already got it. They nailed it.
Yeah, so I was a mocap actor for Dissenter, just the body. Obviously, there was no facial animation with that sweet mask that Dissenter wears all the time. It wasn't my first time hopping into the suit either. If anyone played DC Dance Central, I was also Oblio.
Are they trying to tell you something, Ryan? Are you typecasted? What's up?
I'm waiting for my next big role, and it'll probably involve a sweet jacket or a necktie of some kind.
Yeah. How's your relationship with your dad? No, I'm kidding. We're not gonna. We won't get into this on stream. Maybe a follow-up stream when we have the time. But I don't know. Maybe there's something going on with that. If this is the roles you're playing, I'm just saying. But yes, this is somebody that not only worked on FUSER, but knows their way around harmonics as a studio, has done a ton of different work, and all of these people. See, I knew chat would go stupid for this group of people because they really are incredible. We've got some pretty diverse disciplines here, and somebody get Morgan Brown out of the chat. We got to kick this man out. but we've got some incredible folks here. Let's go ahead and get right into it, because while I know a lot of you have already gotten into the update, for some of you, you haven't quite had a chance out, whether you're at work or you're at school or you're at home busy with things or whatever it is you're doing. We're going to go ahead and give you an opportunity to take a look at this. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the screen, this gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful headliner spotlight updated screen. But before we actually get into it, boom, FUSER Game is quick with it. Just dropped it in the chat that right now it's time for the first sweepstakes. Right now you need to remember you need to be a US resident to enter the sweepstakes. The rules are posted in chat. And just a moment, you're gonna have a moment to type a word in chat. Only send it once. If you send it more than one time, you will automatically be disqualified. So make sure you only send the word once. And also make sure, please, make sure that it is typed exactly as it appears from FUSER Game, because it needs to match exactly from capitalization to punctuation. Make sure the word matches what's posted in chat exactly. So right now you can go ahead and enter hashtag headliner spotlight with a capital H, capital S for a chance to win a FUSER t-shirt. We're going to select 5 winners, and we'll do a couple more of these giveaways throughout the rest of the chat. So let's go ahead and get into it. Boom, I already see PT Schwerner's going in. Samban, extra sweaty. I'm dead. Excellent, excellent. These are all looking good. These are looking great. Perfect. All right, y'all work with that giveaway. Enjoy it. I want to get straight into talking about all the goodness that is coming along with the update. So first thing we're going to talk about is the Diamond Stage. I know y'all have heard a lot about it thus far, and let's go ahead and actually take a look. Now, oh my gosh, now on the Diamond Stage it's Leah, who is also a streamer on the FUSER guest session. So it's already so exciting to see these familiar names and faces that are performing on the Diamond Stage, which takes co-op and multiplayer to the next level. The Diamond Stage is an opportunity for you to not only perform in front of your typical group of co-op spectators, up to 12 people, 4 people you're mixing with, but you have a half-hour set split between 4 people, 1 to 4 people, where you can have over 250 viewers in-game, and then you can also have thousands, I mean as many as you want, that are watching with you on the FUSER Headliner Twitch channel. That is a 24/7 stream of what's going on live on the Diamond Stage. So like, wow y'all, where do we even begin? How do we even start to talk about something that is like such a Goliath of this amazing experience, that we've been able to take some of what we've seen from out-of-game behaviors, where this amazing community is talking with each other in real time as they're playing in co-op on Twitch, and now they can actually do that here on this Diamond Stage. As you see right now, we've got 46 viewers, which is the most to date that you ever could have had watching you play multiplayer in-game, but then of course we've got some viewers online as well. I'm actually going to go ahead real quick. Arvin, I'm going to defer to you because I know you did a lot of work on making sure we could have this many people watching a co-op session to make sure that the vibe is continuous and that there's a really, really beautiful timeline here where you're actually able, and I can hop out of here really quick so I can show you while we're talking about it, but you're able to book a Diamond Stage slot 30 minutes in advance. You're able to buy it with the new in-game currency diamonds, which we'll talk about in just a moment. But what you're able to do is you sign up for your slot. As soon as you're signed up for it, at the mark of the hour and the mark of the half hour, you can actually go in and perform in front of these people. So Arvin, can you tell me a little bit about what that journey is from the team saying, we want to give this experience to players, and then saying, go build it? Tell us a little bit about what that process looks like, and some of maybe the challenges or triumphs that you had when you're actually creating the Diamond Stage.
Yeah, the Diamond Stage was the very unique thing to build, particularly because it's something that's new for games, really. Like having this 24/7 multiplayer experience with the currency behind it and booking. And so we pulled a lot of inspiration from outside of games. So like auction type of services and e-commerce types of services. And so we pulled we pulled inspiration from these different sources and sort of distilled what was good about each of those and combined them all into what we now have in game as the Diamond Stage. And so, yeah, like you said, we have this we have scheduling. So this Diamond Stage, it starts at an interval amount of time, and so people can purchase slots. And yeah, in terms of building, I mean, we pull inspiration, we synthesize it, come up with a plan, and then execute it. And we see the results here.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you said something really interesting there, talking about the auction style setup when it's talking about bidding on a slot and being able to actually pay for it with this new in-game currency diamonds that I know that folks are curious about this. We will talk about this a little more detail later as we talk about the currency, but this is not a microtransaction. FUSER diamonds are something you're earning in the same way that you were earning XP in the game previously. So any place, whether it's the campaign, whether it's you exporting a mix, whether it's you participating in a multiplayer session, wherever you're earning your XP, that is where you're also going to be earning your diamonds. This is not something you're purchasing outside of game. This isn't something you can purchase outside of game. It's something that really is just in game. So no worries, this is not a microtransaction currency, but an awesome opportunity to have some more freedom when it comes to either buying slots on the diamond stage or the diamond shop that we will also talk about in just a few minutes. But let me come back to what Arvin said, because it was really interesting. It is a bidding, right? Like, it's like an auction style, but it's not 100% that, which I want to articulate, because you're not able to go in and say, I want a Friday at 7 p.m. slot, and I'm going to rock this headliner stage, which, of course, would be dope. But you actually can buy up to 30 minutes in advance. And when it's 30 minutes in advance, it costs, I believe, 30 diamonds. And then the price goes down as you get closer and closer to the slot. So I know that y'all have been hungry for these slots today. I've seen them go as soon as they go live. But keep in mind that, you know, there might be an opportunity for you if you're going at maybe like wee hours of the night sort of situation. You might have a chance to actually get into a diamond stage performance for cheaper. But yeah, I think the other thing I do want to talk about, and we can go into the diamond stage and take a look while we're doing this, because I did mention that you can have 1 to 4 people in the session, and these are 30-minute sessions, so that time is split evenly between the amount of people that are in there. So if only 1 person signs up, that's a 30-minute slot on the diamond stage. If 4 people show up, like I said, it's split evenly between them. So it is really, really exciting to think about this like multiplayer on 100, which is really exciting. It's similar, the game mechanics as co-op multiplayer that you're all familiar with, but it is a totally fresh version of this. As we're talking about that freshness and how to keep it exciting and interesting, I think, Mary, you're the perfect person to be talking to about this, because you are the person that we turn to at Harmonix and say, again, here are the goals, here's what we want to do. You need to make it a palatable and enjoyable experience visually for people, and it also needs to make sense. It needs to be concise. It needs to be clear. We need, boom, 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 when you say, okay? And then you go and build it, and then do 1,000 other things as well. So can you tell me a little bit about, Arvin gave us a great idea of what the diamond stage is like, what the process of crafting that is like, but I'd love to hear from you. What is that process like for taking all this information and synthesizing it into something that's actually digestible for us that we can engage with in a really, really enjoyable way?
Yeah, it's get ready for a complicated answer. So yeah, so there's a point in the process where there's a design goal, and it's a broad design goal, and it may or may not have a spec at that point, which is just like more specific ways of interacting with the UI, and why we want to be doing what we're doing. And for the diamond stage in particular, there was even before we had that spec, there was the higher level goal of just like, what would it be like to have this in front of players, and how would you get there? So there was a period of time where I did some sketches, just visual sketches that are kind of photoshopped, bashing some images together of just like, oh, so say you want to head to the main menu, here's how you would get in there, here's how you would get to this
you want to watch me do it? It's kind of sexy. Ready? Check this out, guys. You're gonna love it. Ooh! Ooh!
Yeah, so in addition to just like making sure that it's surfaced at a level that's on par with all of the other baseline features that we want to promote on the left side, we want to make sure that this is visually more interesting, because this is a party that's going on for a lot of people, making it be just something that shows how it's live and it's vibrant and it's active. And so having that also be a way for folks to join, or for folks to buy a slot or to watch, and just making that be as easy as we can make that. And then as far as like, once we get into the hub where it gets a lot more complicated, and then we have, you know, the hierarchy of design needs for what we need to do while we're there, what information you need to have, what are you interested in as a viewer, what are you interested in as someone who's interested in buying a slot as a performer. Having all of this information of just like, I need to know the time of everything. I need to know when things are going to turn over, and presenting that to you at each moment. And then also being able to add those visual flourishes of just like, here's what is happening on the stage. This is why you should be interested. And having that be present as a big focal point hero image.
So you're
screen.
talking something like what we're seeing right here, where previously it said, it's Leah live now on stream. And actually, I love that you brought that up, because when you go into the game immediately, that's something you're going to see, like what's going on the Diamond stage. So you can either go into the hub, or I can go directly into that. So keeping that fascinating and keeping that at the forefront of our awareness.
Yeah, and then also once you buy a slot, we need to let you know, you are still, this is when you're gonna do it, right? So we need to let you know the timer of here's when you're gonna be going live. And trying to make sure that you can get your stuff in order so that you can get your crate the way you want it, your character the way you want it, so that you can hop in and feel like you have prepared as much as you can, even if you weren't ready when you hit that purchase button.
Yes, absolutely. Wow. This is really interesting for me to hear. I've never heard that exactly said like that before, and that's so fascinating because, as you know, I perform, I love music, I've been a lifelong musician, and when the first few times that I started playing with the Diamond stage, as we started testing and seeing what was going on, I started feeling that like butterfly in my stomach. Like there was one that we did with our partners over at NC. We did a big play test with everybody in it just to see how things were going, and I was performing and I was nervous. I literally got in. I'm like, bro, why am I sweating? Like, what is going on? And it's because Mary's so good at their job that you're able to actually have the sense of like, my God, I'm going and I'm performing, which FUSER has been amazing at doing thus far, right? Like the actual ability to feel like my music matters and what I'm going to do with it matters, and I am really a performer. I hate to run away from this point, but these slots go so fast that I do actually want to take a moment that we can see where the next slot repopulates before we have to wait another half hour for it while we're here right at 5. So we see we've got BP, Diadin, Bandito Banks, and Tizzy about to go, and now we see right here that, boom, that's how quick it's been all day, y'all. It's so fast. I could buy a slot right now. I'm not going to, though, because people have been moving on that with a quickness. But you see how quick that turned over, boom, full. Which is actually really cool, because I think I see some folks that are in chat that are actually in here. I believe that CJ's going to be hanging out with us and actually playing a set. BP's been killing it, who is now live, and then some other familiar FUSER fam. But y'all see, at some point, you will be able to see that price get less than 30 diamonds and get it closer to some cheaper options for actually filling up the entire slot, or all the slots. But right now, the demand is high, so obviously that was going really quick, but that's exactly what we're talking about, that turnover between buying a slot and preparing for it. And now these folks that just purchased one have 29 minutes until they're right here in this show, where we just saw BP, Diadin, Bandito, everybody coming from over here, actually heading over into the Diamond stage, where if we head into right now, we'll join that session, and they will be performing. But yes, that was... That I just want to take a minute to articulate that, because I've been missing that because it's been happening so quick all day. But what you were saying earlier is so fascinating, because Mary really did this, y'all. They really found a way to make you feel like you are stood right on stage, or somebody. I've had it really like, oh, Miss Schneider, you're on in 5. That's what it feels like, So shout out, Mary. You really killed that. I
would extend that to the whole UI team who killed it.
That's true.
I was part of it, but I'm not. I'm not the full. Shout outs to B. Ralphs and Jeremy on that.
Yes.
Absolutely killed it.
That's true. And we talk about this a lot here on stream with the FUSER community, that the folks that work on this game really are awesome. And these are people that are musicians, these are people that are artists, these are people that are so committed to like an authentic artistic experience, and you can feel that, I think. I feel it, and that's always something I really appreciate. So to everybody at Harmonix, to everybody at NCSoft, thank you for working so hard. I know that the community appreciates it, but I also do as well. So let's keep it going, because I think we'll have to come back to the Diamond stage, because I know people are going to want a lot more info about that. Spend some time actually listening to these incredible people, like our very own Banana Peaches that's mixing it up right now. But I do want to leave the Diamond stage, because I want to talk about diamonds, period, y'all. We have a new currency in FUSER, which is pretty exciting. As you know, from the jump, you've been able to earn music and style tokens to help find your signature sound and style, but now you're also earning diamonds. And like I said, you can do this everywhere. So where I would first and foremost encourage you to go is to the social hub and participate in some of these events, because you are now going to have an opportunity to earn different levels of diamonds. For voting on the mixes, you're going to be getting 30 diamonds. For placing the top 50%, you get 40, and for the top 75%, you get 20. And that's a whole lot of sets. That's a whole lot of stuff that you can grab from the diamond shop. But diamonds are a new way for you to unlock different content in game. And what I'm most excited about, and I think some of you all will be as well, is the fact that if we head into the diamond shop, we can actually see some of the content that's available. And what is so thrilling about this is we're giving y'all an opportunity to get the content that maybe was previously unavailable to you because you didn't earn it in some of our live set or recorded events. So for example, Doki Doki Summer Days was an event reward, and maybe you didn't have FUSER then. Maybe you missed that event. Maybe you didn't place where you wanted to. Whatever the issue was, fear not. Grab yourself some diamonds and grab the music that you want. Z.O.E having everything owned. You know I got in with a quickness and bought everything in this shop, y'all. Come on. Your girl loves shopping, and I haven't left the house in a year and a half. How do you think that went? But yes, there's a ton of stuff in here. You're going to have opportunities to unlock different things, whether they are previous event rewards that you maybe didn't get, but very importantly, there's also brand new content in here, y'all. I know y'all saw the gator costume. Y'all haven't stopped talking about the gator costume, so I know y'all are excited for that. And this is where you're going to be able to buy it. Like I said, when I say buy, I mean with diamonds, because this is not a microtransaction. We're not selling diamonds. This isn't something you're paying extra money for to unlock content. This is something that you can sort of grind away, whether it's in campaign, exporting mixes in freestyle, hanging with your friends in co-op, viewing sessions in co-op, looking at sessions on the diamond stage, performing a diamond stage set, talking about live set events. I'm talking about recording events. I'm talking about the flash event that you're going to get extra diamonds, and I'm literally going to run out of breath before I can even finish telling you all the ways you could earn diamonds. So don't come to me and say you don't have ways to do it, because you do. But it really is amazing how many things are available to you. Not only do you have the opportunity for DLC, but you also have an opportunity for some cosmetics and some dope stuff. And I do want to defer to Ryan, because you did a lot of work on some of the stuff that we've seen here, some of the stuff that we will see here. Generally speaking, you know your way around a lot of the cosmetics that are here in FUSER. So I'm wondering if you can talk to me a little bit about what that process was like, creating them, finding something that really, like we're talking about, enhances the creative experience that our very talented players are having.
Right. I spent a lot of time working in the character customizer for sure. Basically, I would take 3D assets from the character artists, and I would skin them to the in-game skeletons, which are driven by the animators' keyframes. So I'm this intermediary that makes sure everything looks nice and buttoned up tight before it starts moving in game. And as you can see, there's a near infinite amount of styles and combinations. We really wanted something super important to us on the art team was designing clothing that really embraced the feeling of being at a music festival, which could mean wearing almost nothing at all, or suiting up into a full-on costume with a, paper crafted animal mask that you made in your basement.
Shout out Jackie.
Yes. Jackie made that real life Big Numbs helmet. Awesome. And then there's an infinite amount of combinations between those two extremes as well. Colors, patterns, and iridescence, glowing, moving, like digital pieces. Really cool. And it was also super important to us that anyone could wear anything they want, much like real life. Let's not forget. And no matter the body type you choose, the body size, perceived whatever, you can wear it. And there's no restrictions on those. There's no different looks based on the different body types. You get what you get. And if you like it, you should pick it, because that's ultimately what matters. And that's what we really strive for on the character team.
Absolutely. I mean, nothing being locked to gender in FUSER is one of my favorite things, because that mirrors the actual, like you said, the real world that, like, wear whatever clothes you want. But also, it mirrors the festival world, that it really is an opportunity for you to come and make something either totally on your likeness or the most crazy, outlandish version of it. And the fact that you can do that here in FUSER is so, just so exciting that, I think that personally, I find that the best games give you an opportunity to see yourself in them. And I think that, the entire art team did such an awesome job, at making sure that really was the represented experience in here. Just like you said, if we were out at a real life music festival, tell me you can't see my homie bopping along up against the barricade at I don't know what kind of maybe they'd be with me at like a Dixie Chick show, but like that's where I'd be. But like, you know, the Chicks, excuse me, the new name is the Chicks. But maybe they'd be there. Maybe they'd be probably at a Lil Nas X show. I think they might be listening to a little Old Town Road or something like that. But yeah, I do love how diverse the clothing and cosmetic options are in FUSER. Now, speaking of, I absolutely have to show some love to this gorgeous stage, or excuse me, this gorgeous screen right here, because now we also have, in addition to the diamond stage, the diamond shop, we've made adjustments to the player profile screen that really gives folks an opportunity to showcase some of their uniqueness, their style, and how much work they've been putting into FUSER. So you may remember previously, to look at your stats, you actually had a drop-down menu here, but now you actually have it fully in view right here the second you get to your page, so you can see exactly what I've been up to, what I've been working on. Gotta get some more hot mixes. Dang, that's embarrassing. But I think everything else is all right by me. But it is so gorgeous, and what's behind you is actually going to change reflected on where you are in your FUSER journey. So if you're level 1, it's going to look a little less plain than this. If you're level 50, actually, I know I follow some level 50 folks in here. Let's go ahead and see if I can recognize. Are you 50? 44. Okay, we're close. That's all right. Let's see if you're following anybody that, Linksy, of course, is 50. There you go. So a Linksy one, boom. Thank you, Linksy. A Linksy one is over here at the level cap. And right here, Linksy, as you can see, has confetti going on behind him. He's got plenty of followers. You can see why he's earned this confetti. Definitely put in the work on FUSER. Somebody who's an awesome member of our community. Thank you for being an awesome example, Linksy. But you can see how amazing this looks with the confetti. So it really is like, you did it. You hit the level cap. The crowd's going wild. You earned it. I imagine wherever, like, I don't know, the hottest stars walk at festivals, confetti just follows them around like a singular rain cloud or something. So sort of translating that experience over here. But as you can see with mine, I think that this is also super cute. So working towards that level 50, and when I do, you will see some changes to my personal profile screen. And now there's also something else that can go on, which is super exciting. How you're sorting your mixes is obviously updated and slightly different. And when we talk about sorting mixes, I would have to go back into the social hub really quick, which I'll do in a moment. But Mary, I'm not sure if you worked on any of the UI that we're seeing here in front of me.
Yep.
Of course, you know what? That was a dumb question. Of course you did. They have a hand in everything that goes on here. But why don't you tell me a little bit about the decisions behind what you were doing to make folks feel like, yeah, I am I don't know the appropriate substitute word for that, but I'm something. I've been around the block a couple of times. I know what I'm doing in FUSER. Can you talk to me a little bit about like that actual decision making for how to translate that experience to our players and their customized profile screens here?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's basically the overall goal being we want to celebrate you as you put in the work. Really, that you should get to feel like you've grown as a performer, and that you should have the game react accordingly. So we had a process for generating some concepts for the background as they changed. So some artists, Sasso and Sam, went off and did some concepts for how we could modify the background, and then I took all of these concepts, all these levels that are just like all these new lighting and FX options, and put together over the course of, level 1 to level 50, what would feel like a cool growth over time for that celebration, and just had some modifications to it, and some adjustments so that we can also do some interesting things with lighting and how we do your battles color story over the course of growing as just like a performer in that capacity, just so that we're continuing to be consistent in that language. So it goes from these cool tones to these warm tones until we get to this confetti of just like absolutely just all in, just dump that confetti on you. You did it. You hit 50. Congratulations. So like that was a big deal, big part of that, and also just like surfacing those player stats, having those 2 levels of colorization to the text there that you can just again, like the FUSER language of just this rainbow party going on. So that you should feel like we're continuing to do that, but in terms of how you perform and the work you put in. So we should give you those things as well. And then when you can go into your mixes and feature a mix, that's also a thing that we want to put in your hands as well, because up to this point we've wanted to showcase what the last mix that you've made was, but you might have a favorite mix that is not your last mix, so
Right.
giving you that chance to also just say, no, in fact, I love this one, I want to keep this until I don't, and then you can share that as well.
Absolutely. You know, and I love what you're talking about is like, this community puts in the work, right? Like, these are people that it is, you know, obviously FUSER can be as active, proactive, as engaged, or hands off as you want, which is another part of the Diamond stage that I'll talk about in just a few moments. But there are people that really have exploded the possibility of what you can do with these creative tools, and that, just like in music, you know, there comes a moment where you do feel like I know what I'm talking about. I've got a little backup to what I'm saying here. So it really is so exciting that we can actually see a visual representation of that. But that did remind me of something that I wanted to articulate, which is, I think one of my other favorite things about the Diamond stage, oh my gosh, Bandito Banks is up, good luck, we love you. But one of my favorite things about the Diamond stage is it gives an opportunity for people who love spending time in FUSER, love this super positive, super creative community, super awesome group of people, that they want to engage, they want to hang out, they want to be a part of it, but they don't necessarily want to mix, right? So you now have an opportunity that you don't need to be on Twitch to still be engaging. You can actually do this in game. So if we head into the Diamond stage, I do want to spend some more time in here because, one, it's gorgeous, and two, I know y'all are very curious about what's going on, and my man's Bandito is killing it on the decks, I'm sure. But one of the things I do want to talk about is you can come in here and you can just enjoy the mix. Kick back, relax, and watch people who have clearly put in the time to get good at FUSER just kind of go crazy with each other. And the other component of this, which Arvin, I know you alluded to, is that you actually also have a voice group chat going on at the same time. So not only are you in the game watching people mix, enjoying it, and engaging with rhythmojis, that's a tricky one. That got me. But you're not only engaging with rhythmojis, you also can make requests, which you'll see will go live in just a few moments. So I could say, Bandito, hook me up with some rap, hip-hop, wishes do come true. I do like that one. And I'm going to go with Still Believe in You, because Bandito Banks, I will always believe in you. I'm going to go ahead and submit my request, and you'll see it come up you'll see it come up in just a few moments. I can go ahead and engage with rhythmojis, but then the other thing that I'm doing is I can go in and talk to people that are in the FUSER community with me without actually having to go in and mix or be in a co-op session or, you know, hang out with people outside of the game on Twitch or someplace, which is really cool. And Arvin, I'm interested to hear from you about your thoughts or perspectives on voice chat, because as we know, that was a very interesting testing phase that we were going through, talking about, okay, we've got 250 people. How do we have you don't have a 250 person voice chat. I don't think that makes very much sense or would be very enjoyable for anybody in it. So we've actually broken the chat up into smaller groups depending on how many viewers are in game. But Arvin, can you talk to me a little bit about like some of the things that are happening that aren't necessarily the Diamond stage, but happening around it to further enhance that experience?
Yeah, so I think the high level goal is we want players to really be themselves and express themselves as they would outside of the game, and voice chat is one component of that, and so it's very important that the Diamond stage has something that gives that festival feel. So you may be at a festival with hundreds or tens of thousands of people, but you may only be around, say, a couple hundred, or you may be in the vicinity of 100 people that you can actually hear. So you're in this giant crowd, but you may only be able to hear the people around you. And so part of that is built in, and it's sort of this unique situation where the tech side and the real world merge into this experience in which you're placed in a group. So you're in a voice chat group with a select number of people from the Diamond stage, and you can talk just as you would in an actual festival.
So I should be talking to somebody like this the entire time in the voice? I won't do that. Sorry, that's probably loud on the mic too. My bad. I don't know why I did that. I was trying. Sorry, Sam Bam. My bad, G. But no, you're 100% right. That really does bring that sort of real life connection to it, where you're like, if I love what you're doing, I'm not, as anybody that watches the FUSER sessions on Thursdays can tell you, when I hear something I like, I don't sit there quietly and think in my head like, Like, I am out here, very passionate, expressing myself and wanting to share that excitement with the people around me. So it is really cool to think about the fact that you can hang out with people in the chat in real time and have that experience. I don't know where the question went, but I did see a couple things come in that were questions because, of course, as you know, FUSER is a cross-platform game. So not only are you hanging out with folks that are, you know, right next to you playing on the PC, but you're also hanging out with folks from all around the world that are playing on all different types of platforms. So it is another opportunity to feel that real-life festival magic that's like, being surrounded by such different and diverse people and cultures is such an exciting opportunity, and that is actually here, available to you in the Diamond stage, and that is so exciting. Like, come on. I also see that we had another giveaway going on. I believe it might still be open. No? Diamond Stage. Yes, you can type in hashtag Diamond Stage, capital D, capital S. Don't send it twice because it will disqualify you automatically. But go ahead and send Diamond Stage. Boom. We just have our 5 winners right here who are receiving a FUSER hat, which is, of course, very, very nice. We'll love to see you rock that. Oh, no, we still got some coming in. Well, the winners for that one have been announced, but don't worry. If you didn't win a hat yet, if you didn't win a shirt, no stress, because we're still going to give away 10 Amazon cards right here on stream in just a few moments. So if you didn't win this round, don't stress. There's going to be another sweepstakes giveaway that's going on in the chat shortly after this. But congratulations to our 5 winners, Daniel Mack, DJ Animated, Yid Girl, Sidrakor, and Xhame RTV. I don't know why I ever do that to myself and read things live on stream, but alas, there I went. But anyways, there's a couple more things that I want to address before I get into some questions that we're going to take live on stream. I think this is something that not only I, but I know the rest of the community is super excited about, which is we also have the ability for folks to check out different people's mixes in a brand new way, which is so exciting. As you all know, I definitely spend a ton of time lurking all around FUSER, trying to listen to as many mixes for inspiration as I can. And with the Headliner Spotlight update, we actually have an awesome opportunity for some even further refined categories of how you can search for mixes. So you'll see right now, if I go into my social hub and I head into my mixes tab, I already have a brand new interface that is new to me and is super exciting because I'm being exposed to even more content from you, the community. So first and foremost, I have, of course, recommended mixes, and I can always go in, view more, and there's going to be a ton more right here available to me instantly. So no more having to flip through like a ton of pages. Already see some very familiar names with Utterly Adorbs, a Link C1. I see y'all out here. Link C1's out here making mixes. Actually, y'all, this mix specifically, this is a side note, but New Dubstep Rules, Rule 64 is a mix that we watched on the FUSER Sessions last Thursday. Lost my freaking mind. Everybody on the stream, please go watch it. It is so worthwhile. And I just found it right here in this recommended mixes tab. And this is just various recommended mixes, but here we also have some more themed mixes. So mixes with 20s discs, mixes with the early 2000s discs, danceable mixes, melancholy mixes, effects heavy mixes. And so you actually have some way more pared down categories. So if you're the kind of person that comes into FUSER and you I'm the kind of person that goes into FUSER and I look for 1970s mixes. It's my favorite kind of music, and I will listen to Donna Summer any day of the week. Sue me. So I'd be the kind of person that would go in and want to search for those kinds of mixes that I like and appreciate and want to listen to. And I'm sure y'all will be doing the same thing, whether it's multi-genre, mixed with Latin or Caribbean. But these are curated selections for you, the community, to listen to some incredible stuff. Accidentally clicked into one, and I think the level's a little low for us to listen to it here live right now. But when you have a chance, be sure to go in there, because it is an awesome opportunity to learn about what people are up to, what they're working on in FUSER, which is always very exciting. And I will say, I say this a lot, but it is the best way to get better at FUSER is to engage with your community and take inspiration from other players. And it's really awesome that the dev team gave you an opportunity to do that in a super, super smooth and refined way. So that is what's new in the social hub. Of course, like I said, we've got new cosmetics coming. We've got songs that'll be available to you that are going to be in the Diamond shop. We've got new player profile screens, the Diamond stage itself, new currency itself. There is so much going on. And that's very, very exciting. But I think that y'all have some direct questions for us. So before we keep going through it and give you even more information to freak about, let's go ahead and hang out for a bit and answer some questions from the people who are here live on stream with us. I have some questions that were provided to me that y'all were asking in chat. Feel free to keep dropping those in there because I'm going to go ahead and take us through some of them. So, whew, wow, guys, a lot of information. I mean, this is a heavy update. I'm sweating. I'm really, really sweating. Like, I'm so excited to talk about this. I've almost accidentally talked about this a couple times on stream now at this point, so it's thrilling to not worry about doing that anymore. But I do definitely want to go ahead and check out some of the questions coming from this community, and let's see what y'all have got for us. So, first question from Millie Wolfie. Are FUSER players typically in one time zone? No. Which I think is what made Arvin and team's job very interesting, and it is a global opportunity, right? Like, you're not just mixing with people that are like us. It's not just folks that are in Boston down the street from us. It's who's playing music anywhere. So if you sign up for a diamond slot, whether you're playing FUSER in Brazil or whether you're playing it in Boston, you're going to be watching the same person. So it really is kind of like a global festival performance. Oh my God. I feel like I'm convincing myself because the more I talk about it, the cooler I think all of this is. Like, what? What a dope question. Like, that's so cool. People are going to be watching people who are playing FUSER in freaking Germany, y'all. Like, y'all really did that. Y'all just we're like, yeah, let's make it. Amazing. Amazing. God, I love this game. Okay, anyway, so no, Millie, we have folks that are playing all over the world. As you know, FUSER is a global community with folks from the UK, folks from yes, okay, drop your time zone. I see y'all. We have folks from all over the world in the FUSER community. So it is no matter where you are, you're going to have the same experience in game. Of course, what time you're playing is going to be different for you, but it's going to be the same how everybody receives it. This is an interesting question. Actually, Mary, I will defer to you with this one. Inner Magic has asked, what kind of art is Mary, what's the favorite art that you've created for FUSER? You've worked on a lot of the art that we see, whether it's for events, in-game, maybe you're like top 3 or 5 or something, because there's quite a bit of it.
Ooh, that's a good question. I've been working on this game for a really long time. Let me think. I think one of the more recent things that I've enjoyed doing was making the new backup dancers. That was a lot of fun. Just like picking everybody's outfits and person, all the avatar stuff. That was fun. Yeah, let's see. I think apart from that, I mean, I really liked working on Profile. Profile was a ton of fun. I think that all the stuff coming together, all the new changes, all the being able to select your featured mix and the profile lighting, it gave me an opportunity to do a bunch of different kinds of art, and all the way from like wireframes to messing around with lighting, so that was a lot of fun too.
So you're just a busy person. That's what I'm getting. You're hard at work all the time in a ton of different modes in the game. I know you also work on some of the art that people have seen for some of the event posters, which is absolutely. Mary, you killed me. You're like, oh right. I did build a video game. That's crazy. Oh my God. It is pretty impressive, but that is awesome. I mean, your little signature is in all over the game, just like, a bunch of people on our team.
That was a lot of fun too. I didn't directly make it, but I did work on, so we have Brent worked on a bunch of that stuff, and that was so the event posters, the new event posters that we did. One thing that I did do was at least come up with, like directly, I guess, was come up with how we want to visually differentiate the types of events that you could be playing. So we have, the art that you are used to seeing for, and I don't remember the
I will pull it up so that we can. I'll take a look while you're talking about this.
Yeah, right. So that type of event, the live set event, one that we've established as that style of poster, but something that we had always wanted to do was create our own event posters that are more referential to festival posters. So I did some ideation on what we wanted that to look like and how we want to um, what sort of art style we want to go for. And so the the very first one in the list right there, that's one of the new ones, and that was a lot of fun to take to take a look at and to work on, and just like come up with based on the sort of theme around the event and the sort of music that we were
Mm.
using as like a backing for what we want folks to be inspired by, and to use that to come up with ideas. And then uh, I did the more boring side, I guess, if we want to call it that, of just like reviewing and giving feedback and suggesting modifications. But that that was a lot of fun, even in that position. So
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. We have somebody who specifically loves the Beastly Besties event, which is also
Oh,
one of my faves.
I picked that one out, and
So cute.
I'm so psyched that people love that one. It's adorable.
I mean, like how actually we had a conversation about this at length. If you know the publishing team, we love to get into some banter. And during one of our daily meetings, we were like, ferret, meerkat, like, and then of course we digressed into something that was no longer about this poster, but just about meerkats and ferrets. But it was one of our favorite arts on the team as well. So it is always nice to see the community excited about that as well. But yeah, you're really out here. All right, let's go ahead and get back here. I will bring your beautiful faces back up and keep going with some of these questions that we have over here. We have got a question from Banana Peaches. Arvin, I will defer this to you in just a little bit of info or background that you can give on us, because they're asking about developing this game for Switch. And Mary, you might have some interesting insight on this as well, because obviously, if you're in Switch, if you're in handheld, it is a very different visual and gameplay experience versus other consoles. So, Arvin, I'll defer to you first. If you can talk a little bit about what it's like whether it's when you're in the idea process or whether it's in the actual implementation. What are some of the things you're considering without getting too much into it? Some of the things you're considering when you're thinking about playing FUSER on a handheld device.
Yeah, so Switch is a very unique console, and that gives it a lot of challenges from the development side. And so you when developing for console, the Xbox and PlayStation are generally fairly similar in terms of the peripherals and the experience, and also in terms of the actual code. And so Switch has a lot of differences there, and so there are some challenges in terms of development for Switch, especially when you're targeting other platforms at the same time. And so it's really about reconciling what those differences are, and then building solutions for those.
Yeah, absolutely. Mary, I'll ask the same question to you when you're thinking about, when you're designing that Beastly Besties poster. Is it, well, I can't use a squirrel because it's too small, or, like those sort of things that you're thinking about as you're going into that?
Sure. I mean, I think the bigger thing for me was working on the font size, because we
Mm.
need to be able to, since Switch is so much smaller, a screen in handheld, we had to. That was actually a decent chunk of my time was also making sure that when you're on Switch, things are legible and that you're seeing as good of a hopefully UI as you can. And then in addition to that, we also had to worry about calibration, because
Mm.
when you're calibrating handheld versus you're calibrating, on docked, then it's a different experience. So also needing to bring up that UI to let you know, like, oh, well, we want you to, if you haven't calibrated in the mode that you're currently in, we need to also let you know that you might want to go do that, because this is the first time that you're using this particular mode, and you'll have a different play experience because it's just the latency is just a different beast. So yeah, I think the bigger thing for me was timing wise, just like the amount
Mm.
of time spent was making sure that our iconography and our text was legible, and making sure that we branched where we needed to for that sort of thing, versus building for everything always being at that scale or that size on all platforms versus just specifically for Switch and how we wanted to handle that situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Ryan, I do want to ask you the same question because I think that actually would be very interesting hearing your perspective, specifically as you're talking about locking everything into place, making it look nice for different character facets. But Flashbacks had a really interesting question that I did want to bring up because I think this is something we've talked about on previous live streams, but just a little background. We did consider the touch controls that are available on Switch, but obviously with FUSER being a cross-platform game, we didn't want to give anybody an unfair advantage, right? Like if I'm playing with somebody and you know, I'm dropping, especially when we were working with battles more, that was something to consider, as we didn't want to give people an unfair advantage by giving them a capability that folks that are playing just a different console wouldn't have, considering the fact that you're always playing on a cross-platform environment with folks in FUSER. So we get questions like that, and I'm always fascinated to answer because the answer is always, oh, we thought about it. Did we consider it? Yes. If it could be considered, like we talked about a lot of different ways about like, how is this game going to be most enjoyable for the player? Everything that Arvin, Ryan, and Mary, they're all talking about is what can we do to make this feel as real and close to that tangible music experience as possible? So what tools are available? Absolutely, they were considered. But at the end of the day, I think it came to finding that balance between what's most exciting and what sort of levels the playing field and makes it an even shared experience between these people all over the world and on all different kinds of platforms. Thank you for asking Flashbacks. Now, Ryan, I'll bring it back to you because would love to hear your perspective and whether it's related to the differences on Switch or just as you're creating these. I don't even, do you have a number, like a reasonable number that you could even say for how many things you actually worked on? Like, as you're making these and you're thinking about all the different the different channels they're going to go through between you and the player, what are some of those things you're thinking about as you're doing that?
Well, I've probably touched every wearable asset in the game at some point. I had a few helpers, absolutely, but I was the main sole tech artist for most of the project. In order to keep the look cohesive across the various platforms, we did use Unreal's LOD system, level of detail, so that we can downres 3D meshes to help with performance, which was a like tangential area that I touched on. We had an awesome performance team that made sure that everything was running on spec and all the consoles and a wide variety of PC players could play this game. But we didn't want to sacrifice too much of those visuals when we downres things. So we carefully picked where we wanted to like remove triangles or downres textures or snip out like a VFX somewhere, or cull a certain like physics item. So you can play on pretty much any console and retain this look of this all these big flashy. I'm watching the headliner stream of all these like these lights and effects and you know like the post processing. We didn't want to trim too much away for people who found themselves in on particular consoles or using a particular power of PC.
Right on. Well, thank you all for that. That was really interesting. And I did want to take a minute because we are going to do our final giveaway of the night. I will go ahead and have FUSER drop some info in chat for folks that want to participate. Remember, this is for U.S. residents only at the moment. Gamerside just rickrolled 38 plus people. More than that, man. Even more than that. You rickrolled everyone on the headliner on the headliner Twitch as well. So like, good on you. Your rickrolling has reached these days. But we have FUSER Game in chat dropping info for the last sweepstakes. Please remember, you must be a U.S. resident to qualify for the sweepstakes. We dropped the rules right there. What's going to happen is FUSER Game's going to drop a keyword in chat, and you need to respond with that keyword exactly as you see it, from capitalization to hashtags to punctuation, whatever you see there, type it in exactly as it appears. And please enter it only once, because if you enter it more than once, you will be automatically disqualified. So go ahead and drop hashtag all caps FUSER and then headliner into the chat. all caps FUSER, and then all lowercase headliner. That's one word, hashtag FUSER headliner into the chat. And that, of course, is for the FUSER headliner spotlight update that we are here talking about today, trying to give you all the juicy details about and answer all of your questions that you have about it. I see the sweeps is going strong. Yarnatopper, I would resubmit because you accidentally hit the @ sign instead of the hashtag. Excellent, you already did it. You're ahead of the game. Great. Don't resubmit again now because you will be disqualified. Don't do it. Don't listen to me ever. Just let's go ahead. I see that's going strong. So let's go ahead and get back into these other questions that we've got going on here. Oh, I scrolled away from a couple of them, but here we go. We have got a question from Coefficient Was Taken, aka The Coefficient, who is also an amazing streamer over in FUSER. But how frequently does the store update? It's going to be updated on a consistent interval. You can imagine, just like we see other behaviors in game, whether it's in-game events, live set events, recording events, we're going to be updating it on a consistent cadence, just like we do with everything that's part of the live game. So whether it's DLC or whatever you're talking about, you can expect that to be updated very frequently. And obviously something that I always like to talk about that I think is important is that we're trying to be reactive and react in real time to what the community is asking for, right? So, you know, if we find that the time between updates is way too short or way too long, we're definitely considerate of that feedback and trying to work it into what we're doing. Because like I said at the beginning of the stream, this update really is this love letter to the awesome FUSER community, who has just put so much, I mean, amazed us is really the way to say it, is it's like, here's this creative toolbox, let's see what folks are interested in doing with it, and then what people ended up doing with it was crazy. So it was about going in and being able to find these modes and updates that we can do to even further enhance that experience for these people that are just doing beautiful things. So we are continuing to update the store. We will be doing it on a consistent basis. You can, of course, find very interesting things in there. And we do want people to be able to spend and use their diamonds, right? So there's going to be a lot of opportunities, not only for you to earn them, but for you to spend them as well. Because like I said, I love shopping. So hopefully y'all enjoy it as much as I do. There was actually a question that I think was connected to that. I don't know who asked it, but somebody was asked, Blue-Eyed Grizzly 1 has asked, can we earn diamonds through leveling up public sets or uploading mixes solo? Absolutely you can. Anywhere you earned XP in FUSER before is where you're also going to be able to earn diamonds. So don't worry about, it's not just if you're performing on the diamond stage or watching the diamond stage. Everywhere in FUSER is now an opportunity to earn some more diamonds. If it's a place you're getting XP before, you are also going to be earning diamonds. So yes, absolutely, tons of opportunities for you to actually go in and earn some diamonds so you can get some sweet stuff from the diamond shop, or of course spend some time showing off your skills on the diamond stage. Also, I see that our winners have been announced. Congratulations to our winners. I see a lot of familiar names in here, people that spend lots of time hanging out with us here on stream, so congratulations to you. Please enjoy. Go buy yourself something very nice. Maybe like buy something that your avatar wears, and then you can match when you're streaming your diamond stage performance. All right, let's keep going. I've got just a few more questions here. As an Easter egg, on Easter, for every 1,000 diamonds you have, you get a real diamond to your house. Should we do that? I mean, like, I know I'd probably be the one shipping them out, so, like, that sounds like I'm doing something to myself, but I will start grinding for diamonds if we're going to get real diamonds. Like, come on. Sounds good. We'll look into it, Gamerside. Let me get into these questions. Just make sure I want to answer everything that question you have about the diamond stage or the headliner spotlight update generally. But I do also want to remind you, be sure to follow FUSER on socials, because as you have questions, we'd love to hear from you, hear what you're working on in the update and what's going on. This is a great question from Family Forever. Do you have to be a good player to be on the diamond stage or to win and get diamonds? Well, that is an interesting question. I don't know if any of you have feelings, thoughts about this, because I definitely do. But one of them is just the fact that, one, I don't think you can really qualify good or bad in FUSER. I think that's probably one of my favorite things about it. I think way back to when we were first launching PAX, and Arvin, I told you I was going to bring this up because it's one of my favorite memories of working at Harmonix, is back at PAX East in a year back now, in February, we had a booth where we were actually debuting FUSER when we announced it, and we had folks from Harmonix DJing, and I think that anybody who was at PAX can attest that Arvin and I both performed, and I think our energies were slightly different. I think our sets were a little different, and we listen to different music, we're different folks, but I can with confidence, we can for sure say everybody there enjoyed Arvin's set. It was a sight to behold. But everybody enjoyed what we were doing, not because it was good or bad, but because we were bringing ourselves to that stage. We were putting ourselves in the position to actually create something and make something musical and exciting and fun for the community to engage in. So I don't think, the answer is no, you don't have to be good, because there's not good and bad, right? Like, there is what you bring to the FUSER Festival, and that's important. That's just as important as anybody else that's occupying space on that stage. So, like, I would not deter anybody say, oh, I don't know, can I do the Diamond stage? I'm not a master audio effects. That's fine. We want to hear what you're working on in FUSER, what you're excited about, the combinations that you're making, because it's not the quality, it's the uniqueness, for me anyways, that makes me so excited to hear what people are working on and what the community is able to create. So, you know, that's me anyway. Maybe Mary's over there like, no, if you're bad, stay off the stage. I'm kidding. They're so nice. They would not say that ever. That's probably the last person that would say that. Oh man.
No, I want to hear everybody get to do cool stuff that they think is cool, and I think my favorite thing at Harmonix, way before, like, when I was a fan of Harmonix, never mind when I worked at Harmonix, is the fact that everybody's musical taste has informed my musical tastes. And so I love hearing what people think is like a sweet mix to put together. I just enjoy that stuff all the time. So
yeah, absolutely.
yeah, get on that stage.
I feel like my favorite mixes are the ones I find that I know I never would have made. Not even like, oh, I couldn't do. It's not about skill. It's like, I never would have thought to put these two things. That's how I found my favorite combination, which is Shania Twain and Rage Against the Machine. Like, I love those two songs together, and that, trust me, was not of my own doing. That was not a me thing that I was like, oh, these are my, whatever. But like, I love listening to people's diverse tastes, and I feel like it only makes me a better mixer when I listen to what other people are doing.
Totally.
All right. So, final question that I have here in my inbox is there a way to snapshot what the person on the Diamond stage is playing? Absolutely. Another thing that I lean on heavy, like, when I'm looking for inspiration, I just go through my snapshots, try to find something that's unique, creative, maybe something that I snapshotted that I liked, that I forgot about, and start a mix based off of that. But yeah, there's absolutely, just like you would in co-op, you'll be able, especially when you're at the hottest screen, you can go ahead and take a snapshot of that, steal it for your crate, and go make your own version of whatever it is that you were enjoying. But yeah, I believe that's all the questions that Coefficient missed the answer about his question, but yes, the Diamond Shop is going to be refreshed on a consistent basis. So yes, we will be updating that Diamond Shop consistently. So make sure you're keeping an eye on it, going back in and out to see what's going on in the Diamond Shop. And Family Forever has hit us with a question. FUSER family, I have one question. What is drop mix? Is that something that's in FUSER? I'm new to all this. Family Forever, that's a very, very fair question, and we would need a whole other stream. We had a lot of streams, actually. Drop Mix is a game that actually was a physical board game that was very similar, that you're able to mix music with FUSER, but a sort of spiritual predecessor, I almost said successor, no, spiritual predecessor to the things you're able to do in FUSER. So I would definitely check out Drop Mix, because if you like FUSER, you like Drop Mix. So go ahead and check that out. But thank you all so much for your questions. Thank you all so much for being here with us today. It is so awesome to have a chance to actually sit with the people that are working on this game, talk about what it is that you're doing, how you're thinking about these things. As you can tell, you've seen this chat blowing up. You've seen these almost 200 people coming to hear about the headliner spotlight, which is so exciting to see such a vibrant and excited, engaged community. And it's something we're really lucky to have as developers, but we're of course also really lucky to have a chance to sit with these three incredible human beings that work really hard, literally every day, to bring you the FUSER experience. So show some love for our devs in chat, because they are incredible. Arvin, Mary, Ryan, thank you all so much for your time and for sharing your insight on the headliner spotlight update, as well as FUSER generally.
Yeah, thanks
for having us.
Of course.
Thank you.
Always happy to have you. Always happy to hang out. We're here. Morgan Brown's in the chat, so it's a party for real. Which, like, come back. I love you so much. I miss you. I can't believe you ditched me. But either way, good to see you, I guess, whatever. But you see lots of love going up for you in the chat. They definitely appreciate you being here, and I appreciate this community. I know that I'm biased as community manager, but, like, FUSER has the best community in the game. Not only are you all crazy talented, but you are all unbelievably kind and supportive of each other, giving constructive feedback and criticism not only to us, but to the community at large, helping people grow into better performers, mixers, players, and it's just a good vibe to be around, which is always way more fun to make music when you're feeling good. So thank you all for the energy that you bring to FUSER. I hope that you enjoy the Diamond stage and the Diamond shop, the diamonds themselves, the new profile screens. We've got, of course, some other bug fixes and improvements, but some really, really cool new updates and features that came to FUSER today that I really hope y'all have a good time mixing with and enjoying. Now, I have a few more announcements, so to these beautiful devs, I'm going to say good night. Just go ahead and close out with some info for our audience, but seriously, thank the three of you so much for taking the time today, on launch day nonetheless, to actually hang out and spend some time talking with the community. So thank you. Hopefully we'll see some more of you soon. Bye, y'all. All right, now it's just us, and I just wanted to give you a quick heads up about some of the stuff that's going on before we head out. One, I know that you are all so excited about the FUSER update that's coming that you are gonna want some more information, so don't worry, I'm gonna be back streaming on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. for the FUSER sessions that we have right here on FUSER Game on Twitch. You're not gonna wanna miss it because it is an opportunity to hear mixes from this incredible community, and I have a feeling with this reinvigorated energy, this community is gonna be making some dope stuff this week. Last Thursday was the best mixes I've heard to date, which has been true every single week that I've done this, but it is still always so exciting to see how y'all get better and better and better and better and better. And it doesn't make scientific sense, but it's exactly what happens. So please come through for that. The other thing I want to bring attention to, other than our stream on Thursday, is the guest sessions and the incredible community of streamers. Shout out to my girl Pooja, who hooked it up with this amazing perler. But Pooja is also going to be streaming tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and she'll be hooking it up on the Diamond stage, performing live at 8:30 p.m. So you are not going to want to miss that. And of course, we've got an amazing lineup of other streamers throughout the week. So check out FUSER Twitch, or excuse me, the FUSER Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere you want to look. We're going to have some of the information for what's going on this week, and you can keep up to date with the folks who will be streaming FUSER, and the folks that are streaming FUSER and are on that list are also going to have drops enabled on their accounts this weekend, Thursday through Sunday, the 27th through the 30th of May. We're going to have drops enabled, so make sure you're tuning in to this channel. Make sure you're tuning in to the 24/7 Twitch live stream of the Diamond stage, aka twitch.tv/FUSER Headliner. That's where you can watch what's going on live on the Diamond stage, even if you're not in the game. That's where you can see it all happening. So make sure you tune in anywhere there. You're going to have an opportunity to earn some awesome in-game content, cosmetics, and like I said, one of the days of drops, I won't tell you when, so you'll have to peep our socials, but one of the days of drops is going to have a song, so you have an opportunity to earn music by doing nothing other than watching people make music, which is like, come on, best case scenario, y'all. Other thing is, of course, there's a ton of new information about the update, so head to FUSER.com to find out more. If you have any other questions, hit us up on social, stay in touch. Make sure you peep the DLC that dropped this week, What is Love and Days Go By Dirty Vegas. Of course, that'll go live on Thursday. FUSER also recently has a new everyday low price, so if you like what you see with the Headliner update and you've not necessarily bought FUSER yet, you don't know what's up, make sure you go cop it now while it is at its new low everyday price. And if you want to test it before you do that, the free demo is still available on all platforms, so make sure you're tuned in for that. And now I think I'm done talking, and if I'm not, I'm gonna be anyways because I've already said way too much, but make sure that you're tuning in. We'll be here next Thursday for the FUSER sessions. There's also guest sessions. We post that information on Twitter, so make sure you're checking out the FUSER Twitter channel to see what's going on with the guest sessions. Thank you all so much for your time. Thank you for being a part of this awesome FUSER community. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for hanging out with us on stream. Thank you for spending your Tuesday night. So much love to this incredible FUSER Nation, FUSER fam. Y'all are the best. I hope that you enjoyed the update. I'm so excited to see what y'all think about, see what y'all do. I will catch all y'all on Thursday. and probably catch you on the Diamond stage before that. So I'm going to go ahead and play this beautiful trailer one more time before we head out tonight, but I hope that y'all enjoyed it. Thank you for coming to the stream. I love you too, Borgen Round. I love all y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Be safe, make good choices. I will see y'all on the Diamond stage. Enjoy the update, everybody. Have a great night.
Freestyle or drink for you right now. I mean, words can't break me, can't put me down. I'm in the whole damn city trying to put me down. I mean, I ain't stopping, but then I promise.